Acevedo Aesthetics Corp. This is Made in House. It's the show where we chat through various topics on design, culture, and the business of creativity. Now say hello and welcome Kary and Angel.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Made in House. Another episode. I'm back, baby.
You're back.
I'm back after a multi-episode hiatus where they had me on producer dad duty.
Yeah. You had the kid on the hip and a camera on a hand.
Shout out to Tush. Yeah, it was a lot of... You know, I want to send a shout out to me for just all the hard work that I put into being a dad.
You did really good, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And it was fun to talk to Yessie.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Yes.
And but I'm happy to be back with you.
Yeah.
And I think today we have a fun show for you guys. Do you want to disclose what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, it's a special episode today because we want to do what Kary calls a portfolio showcase. And
Yes.
What did I call it? Portfolio review.
Yes.
I just, Kary and I have been in the industry for quite some time, and we have some of our favorite projects, award-winning, Emmy-winning projects, right, Kary? she's like, as she's looking. So today, you got to bear with us, okay? Because we're at home and we have our laptops. Look at my laptop. I put some stickers on it, and we have our laptops. We have the screen. So we are actually we're going to show So you're going to see what we're seeing, and Della's going to put it all together like magic. Right, Kary?
Like magic.
Like magic. So no fit check today. Let me take this off. No fit check just because, shout out to Boo Boys. But, it's going to be a little complicated. So we're going to get into it. Kary, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm down to start. I want to shout out somebody who gave us the idea for the show.
Uh-huh.
But I'm having a hard time finding their name.
Oh, you're looking for it right now?
I'm looking for their name.
Okay.
But the idea came from one of you guys, so thank you. I'm going to do my best to find it over here.
Yeah.
But it came from a comment on our YouTube channel. And we thought it was really cool to just go through projects and fun things that we've done. Today we're going to go through the projects we've loved and that we've enjoyed working on. And we're going to do 3 each.
Yes.
Right? So.
Yes.
What?
No, we're going to try to do as many as possible.
That's the goal. 3 each. And like Angel mentioned, we have our computers. So we're going to showcase. We're going to put it up on the screen. And we're going to share why we loved it, what we learned about it, etc.
Behind the scenes. And maybe since I'm sharing my screen, maybe I'll get started.
Go for it.
Want to send a special shout out to Avon on the Avon cam. He just woke up from a nap, so we may need to take a break in a little bit. So why don't we do this? Let's try with the first project, see how that goes, and then if we have to,
I'm just going with the flow.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna go through my projects, the projects that we've done, or at least my favorite, are already on the Acevedo Studio website, which we're gonna put right here, acevedo.co. That Della's gonna put in. So I want to start with "Into the Night" by Social Club Misfits. I love doing album artwork. Album artwork is some of the funnest work for graphic design for me. I've worked in radio and I was a DJ for a long time, and I still DJ on my house, like literal living room DJ now when I do it. Kary bought me some Pioneer decks. So I am an old head in that sense, where I really enjoy doing album artwork because you're able to, it's sort of a good combination of art and graphic design, where of course you're still communicating the title, the artist, but the album artwork is an expression of the music. So even before I start album artwork, I ask the artist to send over the music so that I can listen to it and get a sort of feeling of the vibe and the aesthetic of the whole album. So
I don't want him crying, so
I know.
I guess I'll hold him while you talk, and then we'll switch.
Okay, we're back. Avon's with us, as you can see. He's so cute.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna push through this. All right, so like I was saying,
Yes.
my favorite kind of projects is album artwork, and I have mentioned because it's a good combination of graphic design and artwork,
Yeah.
where you're able to use the fundamentals of graphic design whilst at the same time expressing what you're feeling or what you hear or the tonality of the music through visual communications. So
Yes.
it's like a cool little combination. So I want to send a special shout out to Marty and Fern. They're friends of mine. I've known them for such a long time and seen their journey as artists and musicians just flourish. And they have what they call the Misfits, the social club Misfits. They have such a strong following. So I've done quite a few album artworks for them and some of the guys at Reach Records, and just a bunch of, I think I have, oh my gosh, dozens upon dozens of album artwork. But this is one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why. Not only the music, of course, was fire, and some of the my favorite social club Misfit tracks are here. But when they came to me and they told me about this project, Marty had mentioned that he wanted something that a little kind of 90s throwback to artwork, how it was done back then. And immediately, I think we were at the studio by Little River at the time, a Little Haiti. Immediately, I thought, I love leaning into analog as much as possible. So if I have to pull references, or if I have to scan stuff, or I have to take pictures of stuff, or draw stuff, I often try to incorporate that, especially from album artwork. So there is a record store called Sweat Records, not too far.
Yeah.
So after they told me the assignment, I went to Sweat Records, and I purchased, which I still have, some old vinyl, like destroyed vinyl. It was cheap. It was like a couple of bucks. I don't remember, less than $5. So I purchased some old vinyl to scan the textures, take pictures of the textures, and build this make it look like this album is older than it really was. And I'm trying to remember the year. The year was, we were at the studio 2016, 2015. I can check real quick.
I think this was like 2017.
Yeah, 2017. I'm gonna open up Spotify real quick and check. Let's see here. Social Club Misfits. Yeah. Let me see. Album year 2018. That makes sense. So I'm actually gonna scroll all the way down because this is where we have pictures. So here's some process of me. This is the actual vinyl that I scanned, super high resolution, and I use markers. I think I used some Sharpies and some crinks to write the mantra, the We Are Misfits mantra, which was really dope. You can see some of the scans here. And so the cover artwork has this plastic cover over it. And what you see, some people thought that I did like 3D or that I did some kind of put it in Blender or whatever. No, the actual texture is scanned in Photoshop, and I just made it mimicked. I put the typography or the treatment behind it to make it seem like it was there all along. So even all these stickers that you see here, not all of them, but many of them kind of made it to the final artwork, cover artwork. So let me scroll up. Let me see. Here you go. This is a good example. You see here the stickers?
Yes.
You can see my mouse. I wanted to combine, so not only was it making it look aged, I wanted the actual type treatment, I'm trying to remember right now, I think that was Champion, which is the typeface, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Right? It looks like Champion. And so if you notice, Into the Night, immediately I thought of having like this black, like deep black background, but then have the neon letters, or like these letters have this sort of 80s-ish aesthetic of like it's expanding into nothingness, you know? So you probably can't see it there. You got to go to the website and see it. The actual texture, I did this sort of neon effect that goes all the way around in different colors.
Like a glow?
A glow, yeah. So it kind of, there,
Bless you.
there he goes. His little bubble fell. All right, so I'm going to speed through it. The typography, I gave it a sort of texture, the weather texture. And all these all this was sort of built using the scans, and I made it seem like the actual CD was inside the sleeve.
So good.
And this was a mock-up that I used, so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I do actually have the album. I should have pulled it. I have the CD. I have it, the actual physical copy.
Yeah.
But these, what you're seeing right now, this is a good. I don't know why it's getting cut off like that, but this is a good sort of, you can kind of see that neon texture. The CD looks exactly like how you see here. So the mock-up itself kind of does it justice. This is iTunes.
Very cool.
And it's of course on Spotify. But the actual insert, it folds out, and it's pretty, I don't know. This is probably one of my favorite projects. And I love those guys, Fern and Marty. They're just such great people. So it was an honor for me to be able to give a visual representation of the music that they created. And the colors, just I feel like they worked really well, and it just has this overall throwback aesthetic, even though it was done 30 years, so you're talking about 1998, no, 20 plus years, right, from the 90s to the 2010s, so anyway, one of my favorite pieces. It just kind of merged together really well.
Yeah.
So
let me see. They keep going. Keep scrolling.
Oh, this is just a behind the scenes.
Is that it? Oh, okay. Is there more?
I think that's it.
I love behind the scenes.
No. I think that's it.
I remember when you were working on this project in the studio, and how much fun you had, and the commitment level that you had to do all these treatments and textures in a very analog way, because you can find that plastic or similar plastic textures that you can use in your Photoshop files, but you scan that jank and you made it work. And so really good. I've always been really impressed by your ability to make something digital look like it's seen the test of time,
And that's where my Photoshop, early Photoshop 6 skills come in.
Dude, this guy's the photo. Anytime I need something for Photoshop, I go to my guy over here.
Yeah. Thank you, babe.
Love it, baby. Great job.
All right, your turn. We're gonna swap,
kid.
baby swap. I think, do we need to put Band-Aid up, or do we just swap them?
We can. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like.
Okay.
Watch out with the mic.
Oh, there goes my phone.
Ooh, you're heavy.
Give me the bubble. It's truly
Friends, this is parenting
struggle
in 2023. I think eventually we may need to get some help. We've had help during the week, but not on Fridays, which is when we tend to film. All right.
So 12. You got 12 minutes.
I got 12 minutes. Okay, I gotta take over the. Okay, so I'm going to start.
Can I say something before you?
What?
Kary's website is awesome. Karielys.com. We'll put it down below. It's incredible. You guys got to go through it and scroll through it. I'm not just throwing. It's really good. I'm not just.
Thank you, baby. I worked really hard to get your praise. Okay, friends, I'm going to start. This project is actually not on my website. I don't have all my work on there.
Like a secret project.
But thank God I found these files the other day. Yeah. Okay, so I think this was in 2018. And I think we got an email. IMUSA wrote us. And if you're not from Miami, I don't think you're familiar with IMUSA, but they are a, what do you call that? What do you call the?
Cookware.
Cookware, thank you.
Yeah.
Their cookware line, they approached us to redesign their U.S. market. No, it was their Latin.
The
Latin, yeah. Their Latin market packaging. Mm-hmm. So this was one of those projects where we learned a lot, and we learned how to pitch, how to write a proposal for it, how to do research for a project of this scale. So I'm just going to show you guys some of this stuff. We haven't looked at these files in a long time, so I think it's pretty cool. So this is, what is this? This is our presentation. So this is what we went to the IMUSA offices with when we were pitching. And so I'm going to just go through quickly kind of our mood board. And this is just research that we did, just so you guys can see how we got the project and the things that we considered. So we looked at competitors, and we looked at different patterns that we saw in packaging. And we ended the presentation, like it says here, improvement opportunities, which is the reason why they were hiring us. Right. And so we we're showing them discoloration, different layouts for different similar products, as you can see here. And so we wanted to create some cohesion and a layout that basically, it was a system that worked across the board. They had like 100 products that this system had to work for. So this is what we did. We did 2 mood boards. We called the first one Legacy. And the second one was a little bit more modern. And so we showed them examples, and then we mocked it up. And you'll see it here. We did a black and white version to make sure it worked without color. Mm-hmm. And then we did a color version. And so this allowed them to see the vision that we already had when we went pitching. And it allowed them to see the things that we were considering. So again, we can have a conversation, a separate show just on how we pitch and things that we consider, because we don't do this for every client. But for this one, we really wanted the project. One, it was a really cool opportunity. And 2, the stakes were higher in terms of all the things we needed to consider. And so we did a little bit more work up front. And this was fun. So we get the project, and then we start designing. So I have here the systems that we kind of came up with. We considered bilingual, the fact that a lot of the people that were going to use these products speak English and Spanish. And so we stuck with their orange. Let me go here with the cafetera.
6 minutes.
Okay, so the cafetera, if you're from Miami, I feel like you've seen this. Yeah. So we wanted to showcase the product, have consistency. We created this little badge with the word ideal. It works well in English and Spanish.
Ideally, it worked.
Yeah, can I zoom in? Okay. We created icons, the typography choices we made so that they were friendly. And we created these little icon systems that you would see in all the different kinds of packaging. So you'll see it here too, features and different things that different products had. What else do I have? Let me see. And this is, I think, for a pan. So some of the pans and some of them had a recipe that we included. So we did illustrations to bring the brand to life, considering Hispanic cultures and things like that. Again, you'll see the icons here. And so it was really fun. I think we considered a lot, and we did the best we could here. Lastly, we ended this project with a packaging guide, and this was a monster to do. We had to put all of the guidelines of the system that we built into I know, we haven't seen this stuff in a while. How do I zoom into this? Maybe I just
it's a PDF. Oh, here at the bottom. See, at the bottom you have the logo.
Okay, well, I did it the getaway. Yeah. Okay, just so you guys can see the logo and guidelines with the logo, the color palettes and textures we introduced, fonts, considering a font that worked in English and Spanish with ñes and things like that. And then breaking down the layout, the system, and all the details of it, the photography, measurements. We did little call outs. If you notice here, the number 4, the word mark should always be white.
Oh, look at the icons. Sorry.
Where?
Look at the icon on the bottom left. By
here?
Where it tells them exactly where they are.
Yeah, we were guiding them. And so this took a long time to do. You guys see here the different types of icons that we created. And this was really fun. And if you go to stores that sell IMUSA, you see our packaging. Yeah. And so this was kind of one of those legacy projects that was really fun for us. And
unreal.
Isn't it cool?
And it's not just because we did it. I just feel like it's anyone. And like if it's so well done and so meticulous, we way undercharge.
So we need to put this on the website. But to be honest, to put a project like this on the website takes a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
And first we thought we lost all the files, which is tragic, but we found them. Praise God.
Yeah.
And now we just got to dedicate the time to put it. So that is my first project showcase.
Wow. This was wow. I mean, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. I'm so glad you showed it. I honestly, we have forgotten all the amount of work and that went through it. So we're gonna. Oh man.
Babe, I'm telling you the amount of detail. This is where my left and my right brain come together and they work in harmony.
This is like honestly the collab between you and I. And this is just us, like two people.
Yeah.
To get this thing done, and not to see it in Target and Walmart still. We should probably just go and just take pictures.
Just buy them. Yeah.
Yeah, but great job. This is awesome. This is you
was a
started
teamwork.
like you exploded on this one. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yes.
And just because clearly, let me see. Can you see this guy? He's like,
man, he's getting more active and cuter, and we're just going with the flow.
we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
We'll put Bandit up, and then we'll be back.
Yeah.
This is a two-man show, you know. So, okay, so great job on the IMUSA project.
Thank you.
Freaking
You
brought
too.
back memories.
Yeah.
It was awesome and it was terrifying at the same time.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go to another project here that many may not know that we're involved with. This is called FilmeApp, and this was a project done, I think, right before COVID.
No, I think it was during.
During COVID, you're right.
think it
During
was during,
COVID, and I was approached by Gabe and Jesse. They're big. They are big. They are big entrepreneurs in Los Angeles and LA, and they actually just moved back to South Florida. They're incredible people. They have multiple projects, and he had this idea of creating an app for photo editing that was at the time. A lot of people were using this kind of particular style of photo editing, and he needed branding, marketing materials, and he needed to build the app. So I've never necessarily worked on UI UX, at least not that much. I've done a little bit. I think we did Banco San Juan, or we had dabbled a little bit into that. So this was an opportunity to work on something new and just not only work on the brand identity, but also on materials and what's featured inside the application. So this app is free to download, and I encourage everyone to download the app. It's pretty sick.
Really cool. It's a really cool concept. Really cool. Basically lets you do collages on your phone.
Yeah, collages and a lot of analog sort of effects to it. And we even helped, not only did I do the monogram, I think we helped even name it. We did some kind of naming, the whole naming process. Design Miami developed in LA, of course. So you can see some of the Gaia influences into this actual application. And I created this monogram it's a sideways letter F, and it was inspired by Ethan Fender's work, which I love his work. He's a great dude, and he does these really cool monograms, and that have like, actually, you know what? Let me see. Am I allowed to put Ethan Fender? Yeah. We have I don't know if you can see. We'll cut to this one, the logo modernism, or the trademarks and symbols book. His work is just fantastic. So he's got these really cool letters or monograms that he builds and makes, and his work was super inspiring. So anyway, the actual monogram itself was inspired by some of his work, and I will say it till the day I die. It was great. Obviously using Helvetica. I'm saying obviously. I think it just really worked because I wanted to go kind of like that Kodak route, and I wanted to make it. I made it, or I created it to make it feel or make it look like it's been around for a long time, and that was the idea. I also had to create the icons for the app, and I looked at different apps, of course, to get sort of inspiration in my discovery, and just kind of, I wanted to create not necessarily a new look, but something that felt familiar, and I didn't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel. Like, for example, the flip horizontally and vertically icon. I mean, there's only so many ways that you can do it.
Yeah.
It's got to be user friendly, and it's got to be approachable for the average person to understand what it is that they're doing. So the icons themselves, they have a sort of familiar look to them already. So this was a click. This was a quick breakdown of how to use the app. And look at my beautiful. I want to zoom into her, but I can't. My beautiful wife that was taken in Puerto Rico, and that was actually Jess that you just saw right there. And a lot of these stickers actually made by scanning them and writing markers and stuff. So a lot of these stickers already were custom made. You can't find them anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the breakdown of the UI UX of the user experience process. And I think this project was super fun to make and to build.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work. A lot of people liked them. And you can see kind of the sticker packs here.
Okay.
Yeah.
This mock-up,
Which one?
this mock-up that you're showing right now,
Uh-huh.
keep going down.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that I'm like, how does Angel do this? Like I go on this website and I don't even know where you found it. I don't know if you made it up. I don't know, but I'm like, this is why my portfolio is never going to be as good as it can be. Cause I get a little lazy.
Yeah.
But how? Like you always make your work look so good.
Well, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure I can't take the credit for this.
Did you make that?
I purchased this mock-up. And it's not free. I'm pretty sure I purchased this. But I feel like I chose this one specifically because I wanted to see, I wanted to show how.
Okay, scroll up now.
Yeah.
Guys, this is just me bragging on my husband because this is the stuff I love about you. Okay. The top image is one image.
Yeah.
You see that line, that really thin line that's like a 1-point stroke?
Right here.
Yeah. Okay. The bottom image is another image.
Yes.
So he intentionally designed this to look, and then go down.
Yeah.
And there's another image. So in your Photoshop file, you broke this up this way.
I did.
Yeah.
I broke it
and
on
that's
purpose.
work and intentionality.
No, thank you. I love Photoshop and little things like that, what I call like little Easter eggs, is what kind of elevates certain things and take them over the edge. Because you can do a simple mock-up on just a phone or whatever.
Right.
But I think it's going that extra mile or putting intention into certain things that kind of elevate, make it seem like, oh yeah, that's a Acevedo piece, or that's a whatever, or little things like that.
Yeah.
I think they're fun. They're fun little surprises, I think. So thank you.
Good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This is actually on the iTunes, on the Apple App Store. These are the actual slides that you see whenever you're downloading it. And these are all Unsplash images, except the God is a Designer image plug. And then, of course, Kary when we were in Japan.
Yeah.
And let me see. Yeah, these are all the images as well. These are all the packs that we made. We literally scanned in super high resolution all these little pieces. I got an old comic book. This is sick. I got to talk to Gabe again. And
The app is live, guys, and it's a really good app. I use it often.
Download it. It's free, and it's pretty awesome. I love it. This was one of my favorite projects. We were I think we still had merch available. I don't know if that was sort of Gabe's project, but yeah, I love it. So
Good job.
thank you.
Marry a designer if you're a designer, friends, because it really pays off in a lot of areas like this.
Thank you, babe. Appreciate it.
I love you. You're the best.
I want to send a shout out to Avon, who's having a great time right now in his crib.
He's cute.
Okay, so I'm gonna disconnect and you're gonna connect, right?
Yeah. Okay, we're swapping.
We're swapping.
Except
There you
it's not a baby.
It's not a baby this time.
Okay, here we go.
Oh wait. Oops. Yeah, there you go.
I just took over.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, friends. The next project that I want to chat about is I Need a Revival.
Oof.
So this is what I'm saying. Like I don't do a project justice all the way in the portfolio.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit of work to put something together.
Yeah.
But this is a project that I did for VOUS Worship. Me and the team. the entire, almost, I would say 50% of the staff allocated time to this project. Or actually, this was 2020, so it was almost the entire staff was at this project. But this is if I recall correctly, this was the first time that VOUS was releasing a full album. Before that, we were doing EPs and singles. The thing about this, what makes this project different, and what the main challenge that I had, is that this was all projection mapping. And so there's a venue, and they do this kind of work, but the work that they do is like they transform the entire space. So they'll put like an image, and the whole space will look really cool. Like if you're in Miami, they'll put like palm trees or whatever. Our task was a little bit different because we were doing worship songs, and we wanted to create visuals that supported and elevated the music. So the hard part was that I hadn't done projection mapping before, and I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know how to design for it. So I was pretty freaked out going into it because I was responsible for all the art direction. And so it took a few visits to the venue and testing different images, doing different things for me to understand. And I worked in tandem with our film team because some of these were animated. And so we had to make sure that whatever I created was easily animated for them. So this is some of the stuff that we did. Some of the, we designed the lyrics of the songs, and so we projected them all over the 4 walls. Which is really cool.
So sick, man.
The stage was really fun. The stage, Pastor Rich has a lot of say, and he art directs a lot of that stuff. So all of those things, it's a collaboration, but I think the main idea came from Pastor Rich, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. There were other moments when we would just do color. And so this one in particular, we did an orange hue, and just filming. There's a lot. It's difficult when you're designing with light. Mm-hmm. And so like when you're doing screens or projection, you have to account for a little bit more because the light has shadows. It affects the way people are lit, the way it looks, etc.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I mean, just even this slide, it's like it looks innocuous or it looks like low key, but this slide right here on down. Yeah. The intentionality behind not just the lighting or the sound and the aesthetics overall, but even telling the wardrobe is like, hey, wear this. We're going to wear this for this song. We're going to wear this for that song, because of the way the light's going to react to it. It's just masterful.
Yeah. And we art directed, we call these formations. So every song had a different formation. This one, you can see they're sitting back here. This other one, they're in a circle as well. And so we did a few. I don't think this is all the work. I just put a few up on here. Yeah, I know.
You're just Angel, like, oh yeah, here's
Angel's
a couple.
Like, yeah. So this is the projection mapping, and let me see. Did I connect? I didn't even connect the music videos to this. Who am I? What am I doing? I'm such a noob. Oh my God. Okay, there's music. Let me go on YouTube.
Yeah, and there's like, you should put like GIFs in there of like, you know, of the actual animations and stuff.
Yeah, but like, I read somewhere that GIFs,
they don't do good?
No, they slow down the load time. And so...
Oh, yeah, that's probably why the studio website is like super slow.
Let me see.
I'm all about like the experience. Like, I don't care. Like, we live in the age of, what do you call it? Fiber optic.
Yeah.
So it's like I try to make the internet work for real.
Okay, here we go. So this is an example of
just mute it so that
I didn't get my computer's muted. I didn't even show this one. I don't know why I didn't include this one.
Full screen that junk.
But this is an example of how we created visuals. So this one was a film
Can you make
deliverable.
Make it HD so that
It's not HD.
It doesn't look like it. Oh, 480p. Come on, fam.
Why? It's 4K.
Ooh,
there we go.
Come on. Come on, man.
It was very beautiful. I was very proud.
Don't leave yet.
Well, I want to show another one.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. We have here. Let me show you guys when you speak.
Shout out to Ashley.
It's 4K. So this one, we wanted to make it feel like a universe.
No, that's beautiful. Also, you didn't even put the merch, I think, on your folio.
No, these projects have so many deliverables. I don't include all of it. But yeah, very pretty. I learned a lot doing this. And we also did lyric videos, and I was responsible for the art direction for the lyric videos. So I had to carry the direction for each song that was in a little bit more of a, how do you say, like natural. Even though it's digital, we tried to make it feel like it was more natural.
Yeah.
And take it into like a digitized space. So let me show you guys I Need Revival. So this whole idea of like you're out in the woods, you know, you're alone, you need God type of thing, wilderness. Yeah. So translating that and working with the what do you call the person that creates these? They're like animated. It's not
the visual. The
are
VFX?
They called animators?
Like the VFX animations.
So
compositors
or so I worked with them to translate the art direction.
Yeah, the visual effects. Artist VFX.
God. Okay, here's another one. So let me just show you. This was When You Speak, which is the other one that I showed you. So if you notice, we have here, you see the oval.
Yeah.
So that carried over into the visuals for the lyric videos as well. And so you see, let me go. These shapes that we created.
Beautiful.
Here we go. So just translating some of that stuff and making it work, trying to make it as cohesive as possible. But I learned a lot in this project. It helped me for the next one, which was I Met Jesus in Miami.
Another banger.
I haven't even posted that work, but that was a really fun one. And we just recorded another one. And I'm not going to say the name of it.
No.
But I art directed the set design for that. And that was one of my favorite things ever, to do the set design. So really proud of this work. It's fun, you know, every project builds on the next one and it kind of equips you for what's to come. So that's it. I Need Revival.
Bravo. Sick, babe.
Okay.
Sick, man.
I need to get better
you need to,
at presenting my work.
Get your mock-up game, elevated. Because, well, look, I think we're gonna end here. We're gonna do this again, right, Kary? We should do this again.
Yeah. Yes.
I think we'll get a nanny, and because Avon, Avon's he wants to hang out. But great job. Definitely, we got to do this again and talk about some other of our projects. You're gonna say something?
No, it was really fun, and we have so much work we can show. And I didn't even get to the best one that I wanted to show.
Me neither.
Which was Boo Basil. But we'll save it for another time.
Yeah, we will. Those are bangers for real. So we'll do it again. Congrats on all your hard work. Like, it pays off. You're incredible. And I'm just excited to see breaking these down. Like, you learn stuff, so I'm excited to do that again. Thank you guys for joining us. Yes. I'm sorry that we're kind of like, you're at home. You know what I mean? It's like you got a baby and you got all this stuff. So we'll see you on the next one. As always, keep making beautiful things. Yes, we love you guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for joining Made in House. On your way out, if you would be so kind to follow, subscribe, and or like our episode in the relevant social media platforms. Feel free to share this episode with your colleagues. And, as always, keep making beautiful things.